Rim Country News brought to you by Jake's Corner Bar and Grill. Same stop, different horses since 1916. And by Terlucas and Brandt CPA PLLC, with a long history of providing quality CPA services right here in Rim Country. On this Thursday, June 24th, for Tano TV, K-Rim Radio News, and Global Trails Media, I'm Randy Roberson with your Rim Country News headlines. Well, when temperatures are sweltering in Arizona's desert areas, people head to the forest to camp, hike, fish, and just cool off. But options for finding respite from the heat will be slim now that all but one of Arizona's national forests are enacting broad shutdowns amid high fire danger and as firefighting resources run thin with blazes already burning across our state. Now, portions of forests in other western states are also off limits, but the shutdowns here in Arizona are the most widespread and, by Friday, will include land-owned and managed by the state of Arizona. Kathy Howard set out for a hike in Sedona on Wednesday, a couple of hours before the Coconino National Forest closure went into effect. She crossed a creek where she enjoys listening to water gently roll over the rocks there and turned to her right and was greeted by caution tape. Her plans were dashed. She said, quote, "I have to say I'm glad that they did close the forest because we don't want to lose our trees and all of the flora and fauna out there." Well, Howard splits her time between Scottsdale and Santa Fe, New Mexico. Well, Arizona itself has been a hotbed for wildfires so far this year, with more large fires burning than in any other state in the Union and across all terrains in our state. The fires have forced rural residents from their homes and sent motorists on sometimes very lengthy detours. Firefighters got help yesterday with cooler weather and the hope of rain, however short-lived it may have been in some areas. With a warming trend in the forecast later this week, there's still a lot of fire danger out there. Still, they were on alert for thunderstorms that could produce lightning and touch off more blazes. The Coconino and Kaibab National Forests in northern Arizona closed yesterday. Apache Sitgraves, Prescott, and the Tano National Forest here are set to close by tomorrow. The Tano will have most of its lakes open for recreation. A previous full closure of the Coconino National Forest back in 2006 lasted 9 days. A 2002 shutdown lasted 9 weeks, encompassing the Memorial Day and 4th of July holiday. Well, there's no telling when the latest closures will be rescinded. Tiffany Davila, spokeswoman for the State Department of Forestry and Fire Management, said, quote, "We know the public wants to get outside, but it comes down to public and firefighter safety and making sure that we can get people to the next incident if and when it occurs." Well, Coconino Forest employees were scattered throughout the forest yesterday, letting campers, hikers, and locals know about the closure, posting signs, and providing information on social services to people who regularly camp in the forest. Well, at least with yesterday's rains, growth on the nearby Backbone Fire here in Rim Country was not as nearly as explosive as in previous days. As of first report this morning, that fire had grown to 40,591 acres. There's currently 660 personnel assigned to that fire. Now, yesterday's growth on that fire was only a little over 1,000 acres, and that's quite a bit less than on previous days. However, that beast is still only 1% contained. Now, widespread cloud cover, along with off and on showers, spent much of Wednesday over the Backbone Fire. Rainfall amounts ranged from a trace on the west side of the fire to around 25 1/100ths, or a quarter of an inch, around the towns of Strawberry and Pine. That's some good news. Now, cloud cover and rain contributed to much cooler temperatures. Highs yesterday up on top of the rim ranged from the mid-60s to around 90 in areas that saw breaks in the clouds. Now, general winds from the southwest to west with speeds of 10 to 15 miles an hour were experienced, with gusts of 20 to 25 miles an hour as well. Winds in terrain were generally light and became upslope during the afternoon. Caleb Finch, a field operations trainee with the Type 1 crew tasked with managing the response to the Backbone Fire, last night reported the rains yesterday did indeed moderate the fire's growth. but it did not put the fire out.
Now, fire activity today along Division Delta, Division Hotel, and Division Lima was minimal. It doesn't mean it's out, it just wasn't revealing a lot of smoke. Fire did receive a light rain shower throughout the day today, but it didn't put it out. One thing I want to remind everybody is this entire fire perimeter is over 73 miles long, and that takes a lot of folks, it would take a lot of people to go around it. So what we need to do is work on the perimeter. I want to remind everybody there is still a threat to the communities. There is a lot of fire out there. There's 73 miles of open lines, so there is a threat. The light rain showers have minimized that, but I want to remind everybody there is still a threat.
Well, and all that said, the recent evacuations of Pine and Strawberry have folks in and from those communities anxious to know, when life is going to get back to normal. Well, in a message from Gila County Sheriff Adam Shepard to all citizens in the county with concerns regarding the Backbone fire, he says, quote, "Our office has received numerous requests from the residents of Pine and Strawberry regarding differing concerns and requesting timeframes regarding this incident." He went on to say, "I can honestly say that I identify with your frustrations, as I too was displaced from my home for a few weeks during a wildfire that surrounded our community years ago. I assure you that we will not delay in announcing your ability to return safely to the area once we are advised by the fire team that the fire conditions themselves will permit it." Now, he says that in situations like this, the Sheriff's Department does not second-guess the fire team's recommendations. In doing so, they say, would be making irresponsible decisions that would put the entire county at unnecessary risk should there be an avoidable loss of life or property due to those actions. Now, representatives from the Sheriff's Office, he says, are in constant contact with the fire officials, and he says, we feel confident that they are genuinely trying to evaluate the fire to recommend a return to residents as soon as practical. Now, the Sheriff's Office continues to have moving patrols in the evacuated areas around the clock, and volunteers are fulfilling requests for emergencies that still exist. Now, the Sheriff says, should residents have a situation involving the immediate threat to life or property in the evacuated area, he says you need to contact the Pine Strawberry Fire Line at 928-476-4272 to report your situation. Also, remember that calls are handled according to order in which they were received and given a priority due to risk. He wants to say thank you for your patience, and he says we join you in the hope that this situation resolves quickly and without undue loss. Well, coming up in Rim Country weather, perhaps some good news. Isolated showers and thunderstorms will increase in coverage again starting mid-morning today. Now, drier conditions, though, are expected Friday and Saturday, but that could yield to a more prolonged period of monsoonal thunderstorm activity starting on Sunday. A complete report on what you can expect for the next 7 days is coming up next. You're watching Rim Country News.
Jake's Corner Bar and Grill. It's not just a bar, it's a destination. Jake started out as an Arizona stage stop way back in 1916, and folks have been stopping here ever since. Jake's also has been famous as a popular stopping spot for travelers headed to Rim Country or Roosevelt Lake. But as more people discover this historic stop, more and more, it becomes the destination. It was even featured in the 2008 movie Jake's Corner and later featured at the Sedona Film Festival. Ice-cold beers from the tap, imported or specialty beers, a generously stocked full bar, and great food that keeps you wanting to come back again and again. Enjoy a game of pool inside or step out and enjoy the covered patio and outdoor bar with live entertainment and much more. We hope to see you soon at one of the most historic stopping spots in Arizona, Jake's Corner Bar and Grill. It's not just a bar, it's a destination.
Hi, I'm Michael Dowling with the Old County Inn and Pinewood Tavern. So we've been using Lucas and Brandt probably for the last 4 years. They've been really awesome to work with, Amy and Marguerite. They do everything now from pretty much all of our payroll needs, pay all of our taxes. They even help us on Fridays to pick up our checks, which is great since they're local. But I pretty much use them for everything. They've been awesome to work with, and they take off all the things I don't have to worry about as far as taxes go, so I can concentrate on my business. But as for now, they're pretty much doing all of my personal taxes, all of our payroll needs. all of our business taxes, and very affordable and just awesome to work with, and they're local. So we really appreciate them, and they've been a great partner with us so far.
Well, taking a look now at your Rim Country 7-day weather forecast. Showers and thunderstorms had begun to diminish across western Arizona this morning, as seen on radar. This decline will continue through the morning hours before ramping up again in the afternoon. Now, you can expect storms starting across the higher terrain with chances for wetting rains in those areas with light rain elsewhere. Primary hazards associated with these thunderstorm activities will be small hail, moderate rainfall, lightning, and of course, gusty outflow winds up to around 45 miles an hour. A few isolated showers are possible across northern Arizona on Friday as temperatures warm Friday and Saturday. Now on Sunday, confidence continues to increase on a monsoonal moisture surge making its way into our region. This is looking good to kick off the monsoon, leading to afternoon showers and thunderstorms through at least next Thursday. Perhaps some welcome relief indeed on all the local wildfires. We shall see. Meanwhile, highs and lows around Rim Country today, well, they should look a lot like this. Here in Payson today, it'll be mostly sunny. We do have a 30% chance for some afternoon showers and thunderstorms today. Now, it'll be a little cooler again today, which is a welcome relief. Our high here in Payson today should be right around 85 degrees, with a low tonight dropping down to around 62. Up on top of the Rim at Forest Lakes, well, they're forecast for a cool high today near 74 degrees, with tonight's low up there dropping down to around 52. Down in the deserts of Tonto Basin, where yesterday I registered about 6/100ths of an inch of precipitation, and wow, is it ever nice to get a break from those sweltering hot desert temperatures. Now, yesterday down there, the high actually was really pretty decent for the most part. Only got up to about 98 degrees, but once those showers rolled in, it really dropped down nice. Now, they'll cool off tonight down there, down to around 75 degrees for a low. All the way down in Phoenix at Sky Harbor International Airport, they're expected to heat up to a high today around 103 degrees, and then only cool off to a low down around 85 there tonight. And that's what's happening around Rim Country. For Tonto TV, K-Rim Radio News, and Global Trails Media, I'm Randy Roberson. Make it a great Friday Eve.